everything I need at my house. I don't need a hall pass.
No. Every time I get to a corner and I see somebody doing a famous Baltimore gangster lean.
We outside.
Yes, indeed. We are back. It's the Shop World Famous Podcast. People know us from here, there, and everywhere. I think they know us in Italy, in Japan, in Baltimore, and in Baltimore. I am Big Six. We got Miss Toya here and Big Short.
Hey,
How y'all
everybody.
doing? All right. We got a
doing
lot
good.
going on. It's a lot going on. Now I don't really know where to start, but I mean,
I think we should start with yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So that way we can kind of go up.
Okay. I'm working on my empathy. I'm trying. So, who wants to tell the story? It's all over the internet.
Well,
it's world news.
So which story are you talking about? With the bridge falling, with the bridge collapsing?
Yes.
Use your empathy. Say collapse.
Well, collapse. I feel like that that was a big incident. What you say, Six?
What happened? Tell the people what happened yesterday.
So yesterday, approximately 1:30 in the morning, a cargo shipping container vessel lost power. When they lost power, they sent out a Mayday signal. The power restored itself like momentarily. They lost power again for the second time. They continued to express a Mayday call. The power restored itself for the second time. However, by the time it came back on, it was too late for them to steer the ship away from the base support of the Key Bridge, and the ship wind up hitting one of the major base supports, which caused the 1.6 miles of the bridge to collapse. At the time, they were uncertain if there were workers on the bridge, but it was later determined by the construction firm that was contracting for a bridge repair that there were 7 workers. But then the count changed to 6. There were a total of 3 cars on the bridge at the time. There was 1 car going northbound and 2 going southbound. One of the news reporters actually had an opportunity to do like a live shot with one of the individuals who was in the vehicle going northbound. He literally was like maybe 1 minute or 1 second away from the collapse, and he was looking at the collapsed bridge through his rearview mirror. It was a very tragic and horrendous day for a lot of the community of Solis Point, Curtis Bay, and Dundalk area. The Red Cross has implemented their disaster release team for mental health support and food support. They have also brought in a lot of other like professionals from various other counties that deal with like first response, emergency disaster relief. So the Hilton downtown has actually provided shelter for those individuals who are coming out from town. The Red Cross has also requested help with food. So Jimmy Seafood has also provided food for family members and others who are still waiting to hear information concerning the particular incident. And one of our viewers, hi, Mr. Trent, has said that it was a total of 8 workers. 6 were considered as dead because I think maybe about 7:30ish last night, it went from a rescue and search to an actual recovery. So that's the information that I know about what happened, what occurred, and where the city is standing now. I do know that they are asking for ongoing mental health support, and that 988 is being given out as the number um, for support services.
Pretty good wrap up. Pretty good wrap up.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Hey, Alan. Hey, Shayna. Hey, Andrew.
Hey.
Hi, Aunt Tammy.
Hi, Aunt Tammy.
You're stupid. I don't know. Does anybody have any feelings they want to share?
I
Before we
mean, yeah.
move on?
I mean, it's definitely a sad situation. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like something out of a movie. You know, and you know, a lot of people watched and watched it happen like on the internet right after, and it was just like something out of a scene of a movie. I do feel like sometimes the internet goes a little too far. Like they were putting out scenes from movies and posing them as if they were the actual bridge falling. I feel like that's a little cray-cray, a little early, but this is the internet. I thought that I heard something about the Mayday call was enough time to stop more cars from going on the bridge.
Yeah,
so
that did happen. They did happen. Yeah. So, and a lot of people's I'm sorry for cutting you off, Six. A lot of people's initial response was that they were glad that it did not happen during rush hour. Because they said it would have been more tragic than what it was. It was, tragic anyway, but they were glad that it didn't happen during rush hour, because if it happened during rush hour, it would, it would have been more devastating than what it is now. And I don't know, my initial thoughts, and I don't know if you all think or feel like these two events have any relations, but I'm like, this is kind of like the second really tragic event that we've had in like an 18-month period that has really shaken the whole entire state. Reflecting back to the 695 incident, and here we now, with another kind of tragic highway incident where you have construction workers being in the line and, getting killed and losing their life with just trying to do their job.
Yeah. Another thing is like, so I guess like if you're the port master or whatever, do you have comms directly to those people so you can warn them early? I don't know if that happened and if they even had a chance to warn those people. So I don't know.
It from the scenes that they are that I seen from the Maryland Transit, like the actual cam footage from the Maryland Transit, not what's being posted on Facebook. I think that there was no like they really felt like when the power restored that it was going to be able to be steered away. I just don't think that they had an opportunity, because everything just kind of happened really really quick, with the power outages. They were really quick, like real quick, like it was out for a minute, came back on, and then out again.
I did get a call from everyone around the world in different states asking if I was all right. So this is definitely a big topic around the world.
So did I. Like I literally was like, who is this ringing my phone like 5:30 in the morning? And it was actually my job reaching out to me. And then when by me getting ready and not getting to the phone, they were texting me and emailing me like, are you okay? Are you on the road? Were you involved?
So do you guys use the key bridge often?
No, I don't. But all the thoughts that I got to when I talked to people were you travel, and that was just the first thing that came to mind, like, you're traveling.
Oh no, I was just asking because so I try to avoid that bridge just in general. So like I want to say maybe a week or two ago, my dates are a little mixed up. I had to go to Dundalk to make a payment for something, and my GPS kept trying to force me to go over the bridge, and I was like, "What we're gonna do is take this tunnel, or we're gonna go the long way to get to Dundalk, but I'm not getting on this bridge."
Yeah. You're absolutely right, because that's one of the bridges I am terrified of. The height, the swinging, all of it. So that's one place you didn't have to worry about me traveling.
I don't like bridges at all, to be honest. But I took Mimi on a trip to Ocean City, and I think when I was younger I probably drove over the Bay Bridge. But as an adult and watching Final Destination, I can't remember which one it was, not the last one, but the I guess next to last or the last one. And they had the bridge accident. So I really don't like bridges. But I took Mimi over the Bay Bridge, and she was like in heaven. She loved it. And I was like, girl, you don't even know. Mommy is having a panic attack over here.
That's funny that you said that, because that's
Hey,
how I
Neil.
that's funny that you said that, because that's how I first found out about my fear and heights of bridges. I was going over the Bay Bridge as well, and I started sweating. I I felt like my heart was about to jump out of my chest, and I was maybe like not even a minute on the bridge, and I was like, okay, I got these two kids in here, I got to keep it together. So I found myself just like trying to figure out what I could do, and I just kept looking at the persons in front of me. They're looking at their license tag, and that was the only thing that got me over that bridge.
You know, you can they have a service where you can pay people to drive you over.
Yeah, I found that out later, but at
I was
that time,
like, that's crazy. I was like, and as afraid as I am willing to take that job. Six, can I ask you a question? And this is
Yeah.
seriously no shade. Before yesterday, did you know where the Key Bridge was?
Yes.
Okay. Because somebody, I didn't see it myself, so alleged. Somebody was saying that in our text thread, somebody was like, Just Hilarious said she didn't know where the Key Bridge was or what it connected. And at
Well,
first, it was like, well, she's been here all her life. Why she don't know? But I was like, we were also like, some people live in Baltimore all their lives and never come in contact with that area.
so my wife stated that, she has a traveling job in Baltimore. So she takes that bridge sometimes coming home at night. And I know going to different parties and stuff in different places, I've taken that bridge. I've taken a lot of bridges.
Yeah. I always try to take the tunnel. I think I don't know the last time I was on the Key Bridge because I also feel like the tunnel is not out of my way. I get to the tunnel before I ever get to the Key Bridge. So I typically just go to 95 and take the tunnel. But I have been, and it's probably I probably didn't recognize a fear of bridges, but there's also a bridge in that area, and I know I know I've crossed it, but that bridge opens. And I remember one time, like because our church is in Turner Station, so we have traveled it a lot. But I remember one time we were coming home from church or going, I don't know, and they had the bridge open, and I was like, "This is just horrifying. Like, I don't want to be here." So, but yeah.
How much does it really affect traffic in the morning?
I hear it too. Andrew said it's a lot of static, and I don't. Does somebody
Well,
have more than one device up?
No, I think when I mute Sharp Lady's mic, it stops. Like, watch. Anyways, so
okay, there we go. Thank you, Andrew.
And I've been testing it, playing
I
around.
thought I was hearing. I thought it was just like something I was hearing, so I didn't address it. But he said you could hear it.
I'm not
Charlotte,
hearing it. So why? I don't know why my mic is static because I'm.
why don't you go out and come back in?
Okay, I'll try that.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you were saying it was you.
No, I mute her mic and then you don't hear it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. But yeah, so that was just very sad. And we are dang, I can't remember. Maryland something Baltimore Strong.
Oh, is that right?
Hold on.
So how does it affect traffic? And I heard it's going to take like 6 years to fix, and a lot of money.
I wonder about. Well, President Biden said that he will cover the cost.
Must be nice.
So there's that.
Company will cover the cost.
And I wonder because I think this bridge, because I didn't realize. First of all, shout out to Hutch. Hutch had posted that the anniversary of the bridge was just like what the. Did you post that or something?
I'm gonna let it go, but
because
okay.
you turned your head like Hutch did post something. Y'all may have both doubled in posting.
Okay, that's fine. I'm out of that game.
Shout out to you both then for posting. What day was the anniversary then? Since you so offended,
it was like 2 days before or something like that. But it's okay though.
Maryland tough, Baltimore strong. That's what it is.
Is that right?
But the bridge was like, I think like 40 something years old, not even 50. But I think it said it took 7 years to build. Not that I want it rushed. I feel like technology is probably a little better now.
So
then maybe it'll be 6 years.
On the news, they were talking about, they wasn't saying it's a good thing, but they said that when they rebuild it, it's going to be a lot of changes and a lot of new technologies out there. So it'll probably be bigger, better, and not look so scary.
Yes, because it does have a scary look. That adds to it. Andrew said 4 years to fix. I feel like it's not a fix. It's a whole new rebuild. Like it is literally just the ends that are still there.
It's like, I think newer bridges have like the concrete road at least. I feel like that one still had like the train railing road though. That was crazy.
I can't remember.
When it fell, I didn't see any concrete.
Huh?
We didn't see any concrete.
Did you see metal stick? I try not to watch the video too much. It's a sad situation. I had one question. Kathy left. Got come back in, but if Alan, Andrew, Shane, or anybody else can answer. Oh, there she go. Can you add her back so I have to touch the screen? Kathy, you said that there were 3 cars on there. Did all 3 cars make it or just the one?
All 3 cars made it. It was like 2 of the cars were going, as I said, they were going southbound. So when the explosion was in front of them, so when they saw the explosion, they put on their brake lights according to what I saw on the traffic cam. But then the car north had just passed through and the explosion was behind it.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right, so quick.
You said you done with that?
No. It's still part of that. Quick education. Does anybody know what they're supposed to do if your car falls in the water?
I do not. Please tell me.
Well, from my understanding, before the car hits the water, you're supposed to open the windows and take the seatbelts off.
Yeah, and try to get out the window.
Because all of that stops working once it gets in the water, right?
Yeah, and the pressure, it'll be a lot of pressure on the windows, and you can't open the door. You won't be able to open the doors. And I heard that your seatbelt buckle, you're supposed to use that to break the window if you have to break the window.
I thought you used the headrest.
Everybody headrest don't come off, but I mean, if whatever you can use.
Listen, I don't know because I never tested to see if mine comes out. I'm about to go outside and just see if I can break my window with my seatbelt.
Yeah. So I guess over the bridge, you have to be thinking about that. I've heard people talk about when they go over any bridge, they roll down all their windows, no matter how cold it is.
That's probably a smarter idea because I don't think there is enough time to process. Take your seatbelts off and roll the windows like before hitting the water.
And once your car gets to sinking, that don't get to sinking,
Yeah.
So
and that's the big concern now, that if they move anything or touch anything, that they can puncture, or the vessel, I should say, will start sinking. And so I don't know if you all saw, but it's like 8 shipping containers high on each pile. So it's a lot.
What I don't understand is, I was in the Navy and we rode on ships quite often. Usually when you are leaving port and stuff, the tugboats take you out to a certain point and then you go. And the dock masters, it's like a whole big thing. And I don't understand. I didn't see those people there.
Okay, so explain that, because I did see a bunch of where were the tugboats? Were they just starting? Had they just pulled out? I don't understand what. And you probably literally just said it. How far did the tugboats go with you the whole time?
No, not the whole time, but far enough so you can push on, because you got to think a lot of these ports and docks might not be as deep. And those people and the master helmsman and all that, they kind of know where. So let's say your ship is 20 feet in the ground. They know the perfect route to take you in there, so you don't run aground and so you don't have no problems leaving.
So had the ship just taken off?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it did, but it seemed like it did.
Yeah, it did. It wasn't that far. It looked from what it seemed like, it may have only been like a mile from the port. If it was a mile, I'm not sure the exact, but it really literally had just taken off. And
what port was it leaving? I'm sorry to ask, because
out of our port, our port
is a mile away from the bridge.
Yeah, if you look at the port, so it's in the Turner station, in between Curtis Bay. It's the same port. It's like the Port of Baltimore port. They call it Port Authority. It's not really that far. And it may seem like kind of far away from when you have to drive to go in there, but from the ship's perspective, it's not.
Okay, so I guess I probably also don't know where the port is, because I'm thinking how far is the port from the harbor?
It's where you see all those car containers and all that stuff is. Like when you're going over the highway, right? You see
where the tunnel is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so
not that.
Do the tugboats go that far? Because what I was thinking about was when I do cruises, like those Baltimore cruises from the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to the bridge, and no, it goes to the Bay Bridge, doesn't it? Never mind. Y'all ignore all my questions. I
don't know. Well,
but no, the questions that you asked were legitimate, because that was a lot of people's questions. Was where was the tugboats? Then they were talking the same thing that Six is talking about. They were talking about the depth of because there's one clip where you can actually see the anchor that they had to put down to kind of hold the vessel in place right now. And that's one of the things that they were talking about, is the depth of the water where they are putting it down, and how long is that going to hold it stable for their investigation, because it's a lot of weight for it to be standing still.
Yeah. Mm. Well, on a side note of Six being Six, so I guess there was a lot of content going out on Instagram and Facebook, and I was posting stuff in the group. There was a post that I found on somebody's page where it looked like up front. Like it looked like you could see cars going and you could see a car stop. And I watched that clip like 500 times. I was like, oh my gosh. So you see the big explosion and all this.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw that clip.
Somebody said that was a movie. That was like in Die Hard. I was mad as fuck. I was literally...
That's why I always encourage people not to get their news from social media, because we take what we see on social media as facts and be big wrong.
And then, so I was like, look how lucky they was. It looked like a movie. Come to find out it was a damn movie. So, in other movie news, Miss Toy, where you want to go from here?
We can go on to
talking about her husband.
First of all, my husband's name is Mullen Anthony White. Let's not go there.
Okay.
I
see Marlon watch the show in a little while. What's up? What's going on?
I know. Probably because so many people on this show have either lied on me or said they not my friend. He might have checked out. I mean, I'm just guessing. I mean, he do be working, so that's part of why I have to be virtual, is because Marlon works on Wednesdays. But I mean, those may be reasons he doesn't tune in. Somebody was like, we just co-workers. Somebody said I stole from him. Like, I get why he might be MIA. He don't play about...
That sounds like a reputation problem to me.
Hey, yes, the bad
maybe he's just protecting himself from saying something ugly to somebody.
He know he the one that said we only co-workers, so that's not my reputation. That is...
Who said that?
Portia, you said that.
You got a receipt?
Yes.
When?
Much like when I was accused of stealing, it's recorded. And guess whose page is always on?
I mean, you got to find a receipt first. I need to see that receipt. I need to see the date, the time.
Anyway, somebody showed up with receipts like a warrant to Diddy's homes. Not just one, not just two. I think it was 3 of them. But it goes into what I said about people just taking what they hear on social media and running with it. His houses were definitely raided, but immediately everybody was like, he fled the country. He done left those kids and blah, blah, blah. And then I had a conversation with a friend. I'm not going to name them right now. And they were like, yeah, because he left the kids. And I said, well, actually, he wasn't gone. I said, there are pictures of him. And they was like, I don't believe it. I said, but you believe that he was in Antigua without proof. But take that. So I saw something that was like, he's not the focus of the investigation, but I don't know how true that is either. He was allowed to leave because no one was arrested. He was allowed to leave, and I think him and his family are on spring break. That's not out of the norm for Diddy. I guess they didn't have much, because I feel like, I don't know if I would have met you at the airport and still let you go. Like, I needed some judge to expedite an arrest warrant or something. But I think they took a bunch of electronics out. Everybody know what happened with him, so we don't got to discuss like the raid. But what I wanted to know, somebody posted a video of that fat guy that always has women sitting behind him while he yells about women. And he was saying how, of course, the rhetoric, a lot of people are on the whole, we just want to tear black men down. And black men become these billionaires, and all of a sudden they want to tear them down. And my question is, are we as a society tearing them down, or are they tearing themselves down?
I think that for me, I think that initially, their behavior or their actions starts the ball rolling, and then we jump in and push the ball forward. That's my thoughts.
I mean, I don't mind pushing the ball forward if you have committed crimes. I do feel like if you have done those things, then you should be punished for them.
True.
I think we give like too much grace because we're like, you know, it took so much work to get here. It ain't take that much work for you to do all those crimes, it seems. Like is it worth it? At the end of the day, now all of it is alleged. I would like to say I do believe people are innocent until proven guilty. And I also feel the same side of that coin is if you are accused of something, it should be investigated.
Right.
And if you have some sort of proof behind those allegations, it should be investigated. I don't think because you've managed to become successful and a millionaire or billionaire that should allow you to be removed from justice, because the other truth is if it was one of us, they're going to send us to jail.
That's true. My only concern is that I understand that some individuals, thoughts and principles behind why they don't report when they report. I just have problems with the times, like how long it takes for information to come out from when it initially happened. That's my only thing.
Well, I will say the guy who filed the last lawsuit, his stuff happened last year, so I don't feel like he took a while to come. I do stand, but I feel like I can't question when somebody comes forward with about something they've been victimizing. And I had to write a paper on it yesterday. It's a large part of why people don't come forward. Like why people suffer through things, because they are questioned on why did you stay? Why did it take so long? And I mean, I often wonder, like my best friend and I were talking and we were like, as an adult, when do you decide to leave? But also when there are people in power, sometimes you are afraid to leave. It's just like, and I always try to bring things back to like a level that we can more so relate with, because I don't know what it's like to be with a billionaire who is offering me drugs and alcohol and I get hooked on stuff or they beating me. I don't have that experience. So it is very easy to say what I would do. But then I think about like when we look at crime in Baltimore, and we're like, all this crime is going on. I have a close friend of mine who everybody knows who killed her son, but yet no one is willing to be a witness to it. And I don't think a lot of people is a code, I'm not snitching, but also a lot of people don't come forward because of the fear of coming forward. What's going to happen if I come forward? They know where I stay, they know where my mama stay, they know where your mama stay, like that type of thing. So I think people don't come forward because of fear.
I can understand that. Like I said, I'm not saying that people are not correct in whatever their justification for not coming forward. It's just I just look at the first thing that always comes to my mind. Well, why'd you wait? I kind of move past the processing of, is someone else going to get hurt in my family because I snitch? Is my reputation am I going to get blackballed? All of that stuff doesn't really come to mind. But I think, for people who really, really are invested on whether or not they're going to come forth with things, yes, that is probably their first and foremost reason as to why they don't come. And, even though it's been a while, I think, just in thinking about the local Baltimore area, a lot of people have not forgotten when a family came forward in the East Baltimore area and they firebombed their house and the whole entire family lost their life. You know, even though it's not spoken about, I don't think people have forgotten about that.
Oh,
Are y'all talking about his neighbor?
I was about to say, are we? Because I feel like there are two situations that I'm thinking of
So
where that happened.
oh, well, I mean, did y'all see where his neighbor, which looked like a pretty young guy, was in the gray Bentley, and he was pulling out, and he was talking to the camera. He was like,
Oh no, we were actually talking about Baltimore, but yes, I did see that. I saw Diddy's
that was
neighbor.
crazy. And I don't.
Sometimes I take that with I want to be seen. But
I mean, but still, like he was like, yeah, and it gets wild at night, especially at 3:00 in the morning. It did, but this was the funny part to me. He was like, and they got my basketball court, and I don't even go over there to get it because I'm scared or whatever he said. I was like, yo, this guy is a fool. But I did see a question there, and people were asking, like, why does he have a bubble coat on in California when it ain't even cold? Don't know. But hey,
I don't know which picture you're talking about. So
no, it was a whole video of him talking.
Oh, the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even pay. And I thought he was just hanging out the car. I didn't see what he had on.
I mean, when his arm was out, he had a bubble coat on. I mean, he might have looked like one of the bad guys to me. But hey.
Well, I will say, I don't know why he got one on. Because all summer I saw kids wearing hoodies and mask hair. So I'm not gonna question, because California has weather where it is cold at one point of the day, spring in the middle, summer at some point. So I don't know why, Shorty. I just, it's all crazy.
Hey, Randy, Pop. Hey,
but
Randy.
But like, so I had posed a question on, and only one person responded to me. Like, do you feel like social media has a negative effect because people misspread misinformation so much?
I think so, yes. Because just like, Six just said it a few seconds ago about someone took a picture from Die Hard and made it like it was relevant to the bridge, and it wasn't. And so you start having miscommunications, things that are not true being said. So yes, social media adds a flavor on a lot of things and takes it to a whole nother level.
Does the means justify the ends? So, like, there are a lot of positive.
What's the ends?
Well, I'm meaning to say it's like there are a lot of positive news that comes from social media, but you have to take it with a grain of salt because there are some negative news and there's a lot of wrong news. So it's like.
So I do feel like it's a little bit of both. I feel like we're able to get information quicker. So I appreciate that. I feel like there is a lot of accurate information out there. It's just we only seem to, and I don't mean us as in the three of us, but I mean as people, we latch on to what's more salacious. So like I said, I had the conversation with the person and they was like, oh, I need proof that he ain't leave the country. And I'm like, but you didn't need proof that he did. So we gravitate. What you say?
Is what was seen on social media first.
So it's like we gravitate more to what is false and then be sitting there being loud and wrong.
Man, Pastor's not here.
What you say?
I said, Pastor's not here, and I can't think of nothing to say about sex today. Shit.
Okay. So the last question, Kathy answered it, but I would love to hear your perspective on, do you feel that they are intentionally trying to tear Black men down, Or do Black men have a responsibility in their downfall?
No, Black men, we do have a responsibility in our downfall. I think that, I mean, it depends on, like, I don't know the context of it, but we definitely have a big responsibility on our downfall. I mean, a lot of people just ain't doing right. And a lot of people been not doing right. So if somebody puts a camera or a spotlight on it, I mean, shit been happening for a long ass time. Like, you can't rule the world and not be held accountable for the things that you've done. I will say, so I did watch, after watching a good weird show on Tubi today, they had a special on a TMZ special on Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. And a lot of the stuff on there was Black men don't protect their women. And I mean, I heard it and I feel it. It's just like we don't do a good job of protecting anything, except for when it comes to getting physical. But I mean, we need to do better. We, like, even, it's crazy because there are so many people that we even hold at a high level. Like, I mean, we hold Dr. Martin Luther King super high, but he at some point he did something that is considered wrong. He didn't respect his vows like he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that we walk around and it's not right, and we don't stand on business. And I ain't gonna lie, there's been a lot of times where I've been wrong, and I just washed it underneath the bridge. So yes, it's definitely our faults.
Okay, I did not expect that from you, so you can slap me silly because I prejudged you.
He got an A. But let me ask you this question, Six, as a spinoff, right? When you felt like you were wrong, did you feel comfortable coming forward and saying you were wrong, or was it more or less like, I'm wrong and I'm gonna keep it inside and take it to the grave?
Or do you work to fix that wrong, to do better?
Well, personally, in my head, I would like to be like, well, I'm standing on, nope, I wasn't wrong. But truth be told, if you're wrong and you're caught, you're wrong and you're caught. So, like, if I was to steal something from the store and they caught me, I ain't got no choice but to be like, all right, y'all got me. How can we fix the situation? So, I mean, I gotta admit my wrongs, and especially being older. Now, if you ask Six at 26, it'd probably be a different question, but I'm old enough to understand right is right and wrong is wrong. And when I do wrong, you may have a reason for why you're doing wrong, but that doesn't mean that that excuse or whatever you want to call it is acceptable on the other side of the table.
I appreciate, I appreciate your honesty in that answer, because a lot of people, when they, even if you apply Toya's question to people in general, they'll, like, before they'll say I'm wrong or, try to fix it, they will be like, well, it's just going to be wrong and I'm just going to have to live with it.
I think a lot of people are taught that, like, you gotta die on your wrong. I don't think the world is like that anymore. Like, to a certain extent, like, if you shoot somebody, dog, no matter what, you're wrong. If you steal something, you're wrong most of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth, and you can't lay down on it and die and be like, I took it to the grave. Shit don't work like that no more. And also, the amount of stress that should be put on your shoulders when you tell or you lie or you do something that's honest. Like, I'm a heavy thinker. So at nighttime, if I do something wrong, in the middle of the night, I'll wake up and I'll just be thinking about it. So it's killing me inside to be wrong and not apologize or try to fix my wrongs.
Yeah, really?
It does every night. I have a bunch of wrongs that I tried to right, and I still try to this day to write. You can't go back to every person that you did wrong and be like, "Oh, sorry."
You can apologize for saying we just coworkers. Like me and Kathy sitting here, we ain't nothing but space and opportunity, bro.
Well, I will say this: y'all are more than coworkers. We all like a family, no matter how you put it. I know in the past, definitely Sharp Lady has felt me stabbing at her. But at the end of the day, I do feel like we are all a family and we all have a common goal. And you guys are more than a coworker. I feel like, especially, I mean, sometimes people explain things weird, but I mean, I feel dedicated. Like we can.
Nah,
be here
dude, you
for a
was like,
reason.
we're not friends, y'all my coworkers.
I think
No,
No, you
sometimes
said, as a matter of fact, you was like, we shop friends. That's it.
oh,
where
Lord.
was I? Where was I at when he was saying all of this? Was
I
it?
feel like you were there.
You know
We
what
were
I'm
in
saying?
the studio.
Okay.
Oh,
He might have said I might have let it
Oh,
just
I'm gonna find
fly.
the episode because
well, with Miss Toya, you have to sit on it because she's a receipt finder. So instead of exposing myself, I'm going to let her go ahead and do her due diligence to go ahead and find the receipt.
you think I won't risk a ocular migraine to find evidence?
Right. But you know what's funny, Six? One of the most important things that you did, mention about standing on your wrongs was your maturity level. And to me, that's what's the big problem. I don't know. I was just sharing this with someone a few weeks ago that this kind of light bulb went off for me because I always felt that, okay, when you get 40, when you get 50, you're mature. And the stuff that you did at 20 and 30, you didn't do that. You didn't cause scenes, you didn't put yourself out there to fight and all of that stuff. I don't know where I had that thought, but it was just in my mind that people at certain age do not do this. Well, I sadly found out that that's not true. And it was kind of heartbreaking to know that with people, when I think that people of age that they should be mature, that they're not. And I feel like that's why a lot of stuff happens, because people are not mature.
I feel like that's totally true. I will say that back in my day, I was a heavy Joner. And I made fun of people all day, every day. Look at my shoes, look at this, and look at you, this and that. As I got older, I started thinking about the repercussions and the mental health things that I probably could have caused to some of those people. It makes me feel horrible, but all I can say is I was young. But at the same time, I am truly sorry. And I had problems myself, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably why I was doing those things, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
People.
That is a fact. That is a fact. So,
I'm glad you're coming to terms with those things. Who y'all think next? Because apparently we are in the age of being exposed.
You said who's going to be exposed next?
Who's going to be?
I hate to say it. I think it's going to be Jay.
It's so funny you said that because on my ride home, having a conversation, that's what they said. They said, well, Jay-Z might as well pack his bags now because he's going down too.
So that's what everybody say. I want to know, what has Jay-Z done though? Like, there are things that
I'm not going to say it on this, but I can tell you.
Huh?
I can tell you offline. I don't want
Go ahead and tell us now. Everybody want to know.
You crazy?
It's only like 2 people watching. Go ahead and tell us.
You crazy? So he can go ahead and cancel me before I even start.
Because I'm not even a Jay-Z fan. I know the beefs that I have in my head had with Jay-Z. But I don't really. I'm gonna tell y'all. I've referenced it before, but probably when Black Planet first came out. So I don't know if I was like a senior in high school or freshman in college, but I remember on my Black Planet page, I had this whole spiel about R. Kelly and Jay-Z. And I said they were going to hell. I wasn't worried about jail. Because I was in my real judgmental Christian bag at that point. But I was like, because I never watched that video of R. Kelly, but I believe the rumors about Aaliyah. And I talked about the people who watched the video, because I feel like if you watch the video, you are in possession of child pornography and you knew what you were watching. And
Are you really in
intentional-
possession?
yes.
Have
If
you seen it on the internet?
Huh?
If you've seen it on the internet, are you really in possession of it?
Pornography is pornography, internet or not.
So, because it's in my browser.
You can turn it off. You don't have to watch.
Well, I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to say. Anyways, I'm going to leave that alone.
I'm sure you watched it and you were in possession of child pornography. I stand on those judgments. I do. But so that was my whole thing, was that I saw him as a sexual predator back then, and I did not like Jay-Z because at the time he I guess he still does, but calling himself Hova, I really thought that he was trying to call himself Jesus. And I said, I won't be tied to that demon. That's what ain't happening. But that has always been my gripe with him. So, but I know people be like, I don't know if it's because they best friends. Like somebody said that I didn't know if this was a reason or if this was an internet reason, but Jay-Z didn't have his Black Excellence. I don't know if that's what it's called, but his annual party. And somebody was like, it was because he wasn't going to uninvite Diddy. And he had his statement where he was like, I stand by my friend, blah, blah, blah. I stand by people. I stick with, like, if you're my friend, you're my friend. You can still go to jail. So I don't necessarily tie him in with Diddy stuff, but everybody is like, Jay-Z going down next. I'm like, well, what the hell Jay-Z out here doing?
You know who I think
he being the husband and with his husband or cheating in peace, not over here with the sex workers, which by the way, another paper I wrote, I do think prostitution should be legal.
Not just in the state of Nevada?
Huh?
Not just at the Bunny Ranch in Nevada?
Is legal there?
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 brothels that I know of. I never went, but I watched it on YouTube.
I know it's legal in Amsterdam. I didn't know it was legal anywhere here. Yeah. But yeah. That was the other thing about Diddy. I questioned it is a sex trafficking case. However, there is a difference between prostitution and sex trafficking. Now, I think in Cassie's case, her case, I think she was saying she was sex trafficked. But according to Rodney Jones, the one who has the current case out on Diddy, he was like, I had to go solicit sex workers for him. I don't know if that's trafficking, though, because trafficking is selling in a trade of something. So that would be like, you don't get paid and I make you go sleep with somebody for my gain. That's what he allegedly was doing with Cassie.
So, right here on this podcast, a long time, maybe months ago, I told y'all that they were trying to get Diddy. Even with the TV thing. I think it all has to do with they just want Diddy. No matter how they can do it, they want him gone. They want him done out of this. He has celebrated too much, poked it in their face, and now somehow, some way, they trying to get rid of him. I do think if this doesn't work, it'll be something else next week. It's them calling for him.
I mean, I guess where I find difficulty with that is also so that goes back to my question. I never got a chance. I did ask you if you felt like they have a part in their own downfall. I don't think it's trying to get somebody when you've done these things. So of course they're all alleged right now, but if there is proof of these things, is it somebody trying to get you, or you need to be God?
But that's the thing about it. You think that they didn't know about those things a long time ago? You
You knew
know,
about R. Kelly a long time ago.
yeah. If you kind of, and I'm going to say, like, and just looking at a lot of different things, like, I know we say we don't touch on politics, but there's a situation now where there's a high powered he was a attorney general, and they were all in his favor, all in his pocket when he was taking down somebody and making them look bad, when he was getting Sheila Dixon mugged, Merlin Mosby, and all of the Maryland politicians that they felt that were doing wrong. He was the limelight. Now all of a sudden he's Congress, they think he's dirt. Now they're trying to take him down. So that's what I'm just saying, that, I know it's not the
But is
same
he
situation.
dirty?
No, but the thing is that he served his purpose. So now they're trying to like that he's dirty, certain things that they found that he's done in the prosecution of some of those cases. But when he was prosecuting those cases, he was all favor. He
Who
was
is
the
it?
best thing. Robert Ure, the Asian attorney general, federal, and then all of a sudden now he is gone like to a higher level, and now that he's at this higher level, now they're bringing all of these what do they call it, prosecutorial misconducts. But he was good when he was tearing people down.
So also, I mean, I know we're talking about somehow, sometimes men put themselves in their own downfall, but also past the law, we don't know what Diddy did or whatever, but it's safe to assume that there has been a lot of women or sexual partners or stuff used. It possibly could be ethical, you know what I'm saying? And, he probably was running through them and treating them like trash afterwards. So a rift I
really only know of 2 cases. I think there is a third one. But where did the balloons be coming from?
That's
is
6.
it because I raised my hand?
No, that's 6. He's playing.
No.
He's playing with you.
No,
but like, okay, so I know of like 2 cases. One, of course, is Cassie's. And she said why she decided to come forward. And the other one is from Rodney Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So it honestly ain't a lot of other people coming forward yet. Coming forward, but with what you have with what's there, it's a lot. Now, some things, like I said in this Rodney's case, so one thing we were saying before we went live was you said now they saying that Carisha was a sex worker. And I said what happened is the guy Rodney Jones, who is the plaintiff in the latest case, he amended his lawsuit. And one of the amendments was that he said Carisha, 50 Cent baby mama, and somebody else, some third woman, were all sex workers sex workers for Diddy, who I guess he's trying to imply they were paid with the money that he got to make the Love album. Is no way that Diddy is rich before the Love album and is paying them, because he said they get a monthly stipend. It's no way that they get this monthly stipend before the Love album money comes along, but that's what he's trying to say. So I feel like with that, like, I don't feel like they're sex workers. I feel like that is I got a rich nigga and he give me money every month. Like, if I was dating Diddy and seriously dating Diddy, I would think that there will be something going into my account every month too. I'm not gonna lie.
How much?
I don't know, but too much for you to speak to me.
Do you think that
Hey, I'm Rick James. I'm rich, bitch.
Is it an obligation that he should be putting something in your account, or
I feel like I'm not saying it should be an obligation, but if I was dating Diddy, is the expectation for me. I'm not saying everybody got to expect that, but I'm just going to think that,
I mean, it's cool if you want to be a sex worker.
I mean, when men before when Marlon and I first started dating, my husband always got a part-time job, but he had a part-time job, and we were early on. I think I still lived in the house in Randallstown by myself, and he was like, "Hey, when I get this check, I'm just gonna give it to you."
Okay.
I wasn't a sex worker. I was sleeping with him, yes. And that's what I got every month. And I'd be like, when he get paid, I'd be like, hey, is there a transfer coming?
Sound like a sex worker to me.
So Sixes deemed me a sex worker. That's fine. I think the whole point, I feel like the guy is just trying, but all people hear is they don't hear the whole story that I laid out. They hear that Young Miami is a sex worker.
That's the good part about it.
That's all you hear from it. You don't remember her sitting down and telling this man either we go together or whatever the options were.
It's whatever's clickable. The internet.
So I think that part sucks, and I forgot what else I was saying there. I'm sorry.
You were talking about it, but I can see where you're coming from, Toya, because I do feel like, and I know that for me, yes, I think like you think that as a no, I'm not a sex worker.
But let me show you how I got this ring.
But no, I think that it just goes back to the fact that that in my mindset, and I'm speaking for myself, if I'm your woman, yes, you have an obligation to take care of me. And if that means put some money in my bank account, buy me something, come home with whatever, then that's what you do. But I should get something as a reward.
Hard dick and bubble gum.
What you say? What did
Hard
you say?
dick and bubble gum.
No, not if I'm dating Diddy. Hell, not if I'm dating anybody.
Speaking of, did y'all see the meme where they cut up Lil Nas X's video, right? It put Diddy face on it. So he bopping through the jail, and then he got two big dudes holding his pockets and it was inside out. I thought that was hilarious.
No, I didn't see that, but I'm gonna go.
My algorithm don't work like that.
Oh, it's in the group. Check it out.
I'm sure you posted it.
I mean,
I try to stay out of that toxic place as well. So, because otherwise, I'm going to be fighting all day for women's rights with people who don't care about women.
So, I care about women, but actually, the funny thing is, so we watched that Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez thing, and I mean, I did stand my two feet down and thought like, okay, he didn't do it. But after watching that, I felt bad for her.
For who?
For Megan. And I would say that this is my thought of it. I want to say that Males was like a good old boys club, right? And when she came in and she kept poking the men, saying that all we heard was, she's a bad bitch. She don't care. She don't need no dude. And she was poking at it. So when that happened and it was time for men to form around her, they kind of was like, she kind of poked at us, so we ain't really rocking with her. But I after I think about it, I see her as maybe like a Rosa Parks type situations. Like she did kick down doors for women. Maybe not Rosa Parks, but I'm just saying.
What's the guy? Jonathan Majors. That's what you just gave. Big Jonathan Major vibes.
Yo, in later on years, you're gonna realize that she did a big thing for women's rights.
Please go back and cut. out the fact that you called
A young
Megan Thee
Rosa Parks?
Stallion, whom I like, Rosa Parks. Did you
A
say
young
Rosa
Rosa
Parks?
Parks. A young Rosa Parks. I might clip this up and put it
I
out.
want that
She
to be
might
the clip
see
of the
this.
week.
She might see this.
Please. I want that to be the clip of the week. Please make sure you just send it to me so I can make sure it has all the appropriate hashtags so that Megan can see this. I want her to know that you consider her the Rosa Parks of this era.
I just need her to give me a Party Animals 360 commercial, and we good.
That was a wild one. So Jay-Z is next, is what was gonna happen. There's this lady I'm gonna look up who is apparently a medium or something. And last November, she said that Diddy was gonna fall around Easter time. I'm not into mediums or psychics. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want the church to disown me. I don't even think I'm really into prophets. Because everybody want to be one. But she also said something about Jay-Z. So what I'm gonna do is wait and see if the Jay-Z thing come to fruition.
If it does, you gonna believe her?
I probably still won't, because everything that I just said, I'm still churchy at heart, and I was raised to not believe in that. I'm a good old church girl. Speaking, did anybody go to church last week?
I
Palm
watched
Sunday.
No, I didn't go. I didn't go.
You don't know what that is?
No, he don't.
He don't.
It's the weekend before Easter.
I was virtual. I didn't go in, but I was virtual.
Okay. Who's going to church on Easter?
Oh no, that's a very important day.
That's your day. That's the day for amateurs.
I don't have an Easter.
Pastor, we know you went to church. You ain't got to tell us.
You can go wear your new J's.
I need an Easter outfit.
Oh Lord.
That's when you saw most people in church when back in the day, Easter Sunday.
Easter, Mother's Day, Christmas. CME Christians, that's what it is.
I hate to break up this Easter and church thing for something a little. Oh, this is kind of sexual.
What's your transition? Because I got one to go out of Christmas.
Oh, go ahead.
Did y'all watch Freaknik?
No.
I was actually gonna skip that because I heard there was no freaking in Freaknik.
So we can be quick on it. It wasn't like, that's the thing. It was like booty shaking and stuff, but it was because the men back then were not like the men now.
The women back then were not like the women now.
What you mean? Because I can back up what I was about to say.
I can too.
Okay, so the reason why I said that was because their goal was just to look, say hi, and let the next one come. Today's society is, if I see you with your ass cheeks out, you need to let me grab, touch, and do whatever I want, and then you can move on.
Nah, it wasn't shaking like it was shaking, like it's shaking now.
It probably wasn't BBLs. It was shaking.
It wasn't think like that. It was kind of like the Rex and Effects type.
Huh?
It was more the Rex and Effects type. Like, all I want to do is zoom, 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 boo, boo, boo. At that time, that was like BET Uncut. But then when you get the tip drill, whole different ball game.
I didn't get.
Shayna said she watched the Nickelodeon documentary. Did anybody watch it?
No, but I did see a good rap on it. Like the fat guy had he had like a foot fetish and he liked kids and stuff like that.
Which guy? I don't know who you're talking about.
His name's Dan, I think.
Okay, Dan Snyder. Is that his name?
Yeah,
that's what I hope I ain't giving nobody name from work.
You won't have no job next week.
She's gonna be fired.
Listen, my husband worked 2 jobs.
Okay. Well, I've been watching.
I'm like the mama on Everybody Hates Chris. My husband has 2 jobs, I don't have to tolerate this.
Yeah, I've been
And if
watching.
you fire me, I'm gonna get my unemployment.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple episodes of Suits, and I might be able to get you a lawsuit.
Somebody just decided to start watching Suits.
I'm just saying.
But
So
what
did
would
y'all
you
watch the
convert-
new episode of BMF?
I didn't. I'm
I
2
did.
episodes behind. I saw the first episode.
I was not happy with it. I was like, yeah. I'm ready for the new Power.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of Power, the lights are going out there. On
Yeah,
Oh,
this
you
is the
were here
last.
last week talking
This
about
is the
that.
last. This is the last season for Power.
So you're on season 5 of Suits. I'm on 3. I'm catching up. I really want to get to what I felt like should have been the title of the show. You
What should
know,
have been the title?
Pressure.
Oh no, wait, we still on Suits. What did you say should have been? Oh, you said that should have been no. I'm gonna get the Pressure. I wanted to ask though, since you and Shayna are watching Suits, Kathy, did you watch Suits?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so 6. Who do you think the star of the show is?
Meghan Markle.
I hate you. Everything out of Harvey and Mike. Who do you think the star of the show is?
Mike is that funny looking with mouth guy.
Mike is the one who is not really a lawyer.
Oh, I mean, Harvey is the star of the show. Mike is interesting.
Like, who do you think is first on the call sheet? That's what I'm not asking, like, opinion based who's the star. Like, who do you think? I think it is an ensemble.
Harvey.
Okay.
Just like
Shayna
she
says
said.
Harvey too.
I
Shayna says
said
Harvey.
Mike. I said in the beginning, I think it's Mike because there is a lot of focus on Mike personally.
I think I feel like that is the
Like his
intent
personal
of
life
it.
is what I mean. So if you think about it, we don't really now, of course, never mind. I can't say of course things because you ain't got that far. But as it progresses, I do think Harvey is probably first on the call sheet, to be honest. But I just feel like if you really pay attention, you don't get a lot of backstories about most of the cast. Even Harvey, you get it about Mike though. So
Hold on, I think the cast about to get in trouble.
Yeah, he is. He said Rachel and Susan.
If you was here, bro, I would have saved you and said not to say
I'm
that.
sure he ain't getting in trouble for that.
Which one's Rachel?
She always passed for
She the redhead?
Rachel is the black one. Rachel is
Oh,
Meghan Markle.
no.
Rachel is Meghan Markle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What channel was Suits on?
On Netflix.
I don't think I watched it on Netflix because Netflix didn't have all the seasons when I was watching it.
So where did you watch it at?
I want to say Hulu. No, Peacock.
Okay.
It may have all the seasons now, but when Marlon and I were watching it, it stopped at like season 6, I want to say. So I don't know if it's on there now. I don't think Andrew would get in trouble for saying Rachel is beautiful because I don't think Shayna is the type of person who he has to get in trouble for saying somebody is attractive. That's just what I think about my friend.
I think about the show, I feel like it's very surface. Like, if you watch Law and Order or SVU, it gets into the details, down gritty details. I feel like this is a show that you just put on before bedtime, and if you wake up, you might miss a couple things, but you can get right back on track. As far as like CSI and stuff like that, it's just really surface to me. I feel like
I guess I kind of disagree. I get what you're saying. I think the difference is those shows are about the cases and the crime and whatever is going on. This show is about these people because we get seasons later. I was like, Marlon, I ain't seen these people practice a court case in a minute.
It's still like that.
Well, now y'all want to have me interested, so I'm going to watch it so that I can comment next week and take a vested side, whether or not it be Six side or whether or not it be Toya.
I feel like the first episode is good, and then from there,
I think Six is just on a playing field of his own because everybody loved the show. I don't know why people weren't watching it while it was on TV because it was on USA.
I like it.
Huh?
I like
because
it.
It probably had too many other things going on or too many other shows that I know for me. Like, I'm stuck on Tubi right now because every time when I try to turn Tubi off, something else good comes on.
Well, since you mentioned Tubi, go ahead, Six.
Hold on, I want to say something before that. Suits is good, and I'm just waiting for them to say, "Forget this firm, we're gonna start a new firm." Does that ever happen?
I can't tell you.
Shoot, I need to know.
Shayna, I did watch The Marriage Pass. Did y'all watch it?
Yes.
Yes, because we were asked to watch it and never talked about it.
Yes.
Did you watch it, Six?
What? No, but I'm looking at Shayna. What she said.
She said because
she said she won't mention that somebody cute.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
She asked if we watched The Marriage Pass. Well, Six, go ahead and watch The Marriage Pass. So next week we can talk about that.
And you also need to watch Deadbeat if you haven't watched Deadbeat.
I haven't seen that. Is that on TV?
Yes. That is
Kathy, your assignment. So I watched Deadbeat. Kathy, your assignment is to start Suits.
Okay.
You can go back and watch Pressure as well, but we're about to tell it all.
Okay. I need to know if that show y'all telling me has like the vegetables of my life. So I need to know is there a lot of sex?
Marriage Pass?
Yes.
It does. Like it does.
It does.
Does it have drugs?
Mm-mm.
Somebody might be on them.
Does it have half naked black women twerking?
A little.
It's good. Go watch it. I think Hutch told us watch it. Wims told us watch it.
That was the Marriage Pass really,
and it did not go where I thought it was going. I was don't get up and don't go and try watch it in the background.
Yes, definitely that too.
The Lawnmower Man.
Yes, like I said, I can't stop watching it between the Marriage Pass, that one, Deadbeat.
Are these? I know it's Tubi, but are these good movies? Because I didn't think Marriage Pass was bad.
Yes, there is. The other one that is like if you want to put it on the same line as the Marriage Pass, that's like kind of you don't know the end that's happening, is the one The Stepdaughter. Shayna, have you seen The Stepdaughter?
So we're down a Tubi rabbit hole today, huh? Understood. Well, while our co-host is busy right now over there enjoying life,
I'm so sorry, y'all. But based on things that have been going on, I didn't mention I haven't been on the show the past couple of weeks. I've had some personal things go on, so when I get certain phone calls, I got to stop, drop, and roll.
We understood.
Exactly.
Sorry about that.
But no, we're on 6. I'm just saying, the Marriage Pass was kind of a jaw dropper. So is the other one. It is the Stepdaughter.
So what y'all saying?
It's not going to be. No, it's not predictable, Shayna.
Okay, hold on. So I think what me and Six might have in common is we like the worst stuff on Tubi.
Pressure.
Because I thought Marriage Pass was good. I didn't think it was bad. But I like the Dirty D.
I love the Dirty D.
Not because it was a good show, but because we were like, they did a horrible job at making this. I was like, they should
It
go
was so
back
bad
and
that it
try
was good.
again.
It was so bad that it was good.
Oh, so you wanted to be one of those low budget things.
I don't
Yeah.
want no, because like I said, I enjoy the Marriage Pass. That's the only other one I watched. I thought that was it was put together enough. But I do enjoy the things that they clearly made with their iPhone.
So if you want to say something like that, like I would put if I can't have her, that can go on a low budget. Please can go on a low budget.
We
Like
are
the one where
talking
the bullet
about.
goes around the tree to hit the girl.
We are talking about pressure.
All right. You ready to apply that pressure?
I am. I know you haven't seen it, Kathy. If your fancy bone feels like watching it and you want to laugh at the same time,
go watch it.
I'll watch it.
Because what's gonna happen is, as you watch Pressure, it's only 3 episodes and they like 30 minutes. I don't even think all of them are 30 minutes. But what happens is, as you watch it, you say, well, what the hell?
there was people in the background.
There is literally a guy. First of all, do you want to tell her what the show is about, or you want me to do it?
You go ahead.
No, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I want to find out.
It's part of the show, so we go ahead and tell you. I just want you to go back and see the things that we told you. It is a dating show. It is a reality dating show, like The Bachelor.
Okay.
And it is one of the guys from the Dirty D. Boom. I forgot what his real name is. What is it, like? Drizzle? I don't know.
Diesel.
Diesel is looking for love, and they have these 5 women who are going to compete for his heart. You know how normally, like on The Bachelor, they pull up in, like a limo that escorts the women there.
They took to and fro there.
That's
all in one car though.
It was a Suburban, but not a 2024 or 2023 Suburban.
Well, I ain't going that far. Say, shout out to and Fro. I wasn't seeing that.
I don't know what To and Fro has. I'm telling you what was on the show.
Okay, then maybe I was wrong. I recant my statement.
I mean, I'm not saying it was like a 95 Suburban. Somebody else said it wasn't a new model. But they all pull up, and it looked like they might have had 2 vehicles that bought them, or maybe they went back and got them. I don't know. But they pull up to this house that is probably smaller than all of ours. And I got a small house, but they pull up, and the creator of the Dirty D is the one who greets them, and she was like, welcome. And she introduced them to their host, and the host is, what's his name again? Diesel. He comes out on the balcony and is like, "What's up, y'all?"
They didn't even know who he was like that.
Well, no, because they knew, because they were sitting at the pool guessing who was going to be there. And the one girl was like, "I think it's going to be Boom," and somebody else was like, the other girl was like, "No, I think it's going to be that light-skinned nigga." And they was like, "Who, Malik?" And she's like, "Nah, the other light-skinned nigga that was with this is how they talk.
Oh, wow.
I'm not exaggerating. Nah, the other light-skinned nigga that was fucking with the girl with Kaya friend. You remember? No bullshit. They're sitting there with they red Solo cups. I got a purple one, but they sitting there on the pool with they swinging their feet in the water with their Solo cups. At one point they're at the pool with him, and the one girl is sitting there with 2 blunts like this.
Yo,
now you telling it. Now you about to see. Now I'm ready to get off, and I'm ready to go watch this. Because this is gonna be funny.
The competition does not matter, because 1, they don't tell you what the competition is either. It's like I wanted to know because he was like, "So what y'all trying to get into tonight?" Nigga, this is your show. You tell us. Why we got to come up with the plan?
Hold up. So early in the show, right, there's a scene, right, where they all just got introduced. They all in the kitchen. It was so much conversations going on, I almost couldn't watch. But this is the kicker that comes. You can see a guy coming out the back room with the camera. He walking up. He get behind the girls with the camera. Then they switch angles. Then they switch it back, and he keep being in the angle. Then there's a whole lot of that. It's so funny. It's like random people be there. And then I want to say on episode 2, mind you, I didn't even talk about the girls, but on episode 2, there is a scene where they're in the pool and they're just twerking for like 10 minutes. So I'm like wondering, like, as a producer, do you just tell them, hey, go in the pool and just keep twerking? It was like ridiculous. Like,
can I have permission to go watch this? Because I'm ready to go watch this now. I'm ready to get a laugh.
Also, another thing that's weird as fuck is this dude is older than us. Well, at least older than me. He's like 45, right?
Everybody older than me.
The girls are like 20, 25. Well, like they're like 21.
They're in their 20s.
Yeah.
Right. Enough.
So they 20 years younger than this man.
Enough.
Yo,
Enough. Don't tell
No, because the one girl was like, I thought she was like 20 something. No, this man is giving a good 50. He is not in his 20s. Why did you think that? Like, you don't watch The Dirty D. The only person who I may say is in their 20s, and I don't think I mean, y'all living a hard life if y'all in y'all 20s. But was her name Kai on the show?
I don't know. None of
Kyra. The girl who was sleeping with Britt on The Dirty D is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So you knew none of those people look like they are in their 20s.
Okay.
Why did you think that man was in his 20s?
Y'all
knew what y'all was getting.
But the crazy part is listening to them is like me talking to my daughter. The same words, the same stuff. I'll be like, yo, this is freaking mind blowing. As a 45-year-old man, I don't feel like you can take that much whatever talk for more than 20 minutes. I felt like he was a nasty dude and he was being nasty and he was an old man using old man tricks on these young ass girls.
So now that you watch, do you think he's had sex with those girls?
Don't tell it.
It doesn't show. It doesn't show at all.
I mean,
I think he slept with 4 of the 5 girls.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Just
now.
2.
And there's one thing though.
2 on 1 each time.
There's one thing. This one girl, her body is ridiculous.
The girl who got the BBL?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But she ain't have no mind at all. There was only one person that I felt had a mind. And when they did the whole thing, I was like, at the end of it, he's an older man just having fun with touching these little things. But the one that he had to pick had to have a brain, dog. Because I couldn't see you being in any type of relationship with these girls that ain't got no sense. Like one of them, she from the moment she got there and she realized it was, it's like she did a little confessional. It was like, could you see her? Could you see yourself with him? She was like, no.
Was that Smoke?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because she was like, I mean, and they say pressure about 30 times in a 30-minute time slot.
Pressure.
But she was like, I don't think he pressure. I mean, like, I'm pressure, but he ain't pressure. It's not I'm not going to be applying pressure. Let the word go.
One thing, so they had like 2 or 3 challenges, right? This one challenge, I thought it was good. The last challenge, where each of them
had challenge
to give them a massage.
Oh, the massage and the cooking. Was it just those 2?
Yeah.
See, that's your clue.
But the first one, the massage one, that was cheesy, and I felt like he definitely was giving that thick girl extra attention because they were supposed to massage him. He turned around and massaged her. Fuck around, came up with a boner. Shit, crazy dog. And then they put the sound effect on it. It was like, it was hilarious. But I do respect that last challenge. I liked it. So
the cooking challenge.
Yeah. So they had Bricks come over, and they were all supposed to cook something.
There's no S on that.
Yeah, you can see that there was two girls really hogging the stove. It was a girl there from Maryland. She was hogging the stove, and the girl smoked. They was hogging the stove. So it was so bad that there was this real chubby one. She cooked chicken wings, but you could see her put the wing back in the oil.
I saw her. I was like, what is that? Because she did it like she was holding it like this.
Yeah.
Like
So
holding it, not dropped it in there, but hold it. I was like, oh.
So they had to present their meals. That girl who was doing the chicken thing, which we obviously seen that she was cooking chicken, she ended up presenting them with cereal.
Oh wow.
She was like, hood niggas eat hood shit.
Oh. Okay.
And then the funny part is Brick with his bougie ass. He's like, I know what Apple Jacks taste like.
That was the other thing though, because I saw like this one show where it was like they rented the air because it's 3 episodes and they mentioned that it's only 3 days. So they literally was like, all right, let's start recording right away. And in 3 days we done. So it was like they mentioned something about it being an Airbnb, and then somebody was like, I just think that was really his house. Like it was cereal on top of the refrigerator.
They were sleeping in the kids' rooms. In the end, you see the pink wall and like glitter and stuff on the back. I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
It is tragic, but it is like a car crash. You cannot look away. You have once you get that first episode, you like, I gotta see where this is going.
Oh, they did 500 things in the first episode, dog.
Well, I'm actually as soon as we end this show, I'm gonna go look at Pressure.
Please do. What did you say?
I am.
In the first show, which is 35 minutes long, they did so much I was tired. They went to the club, they met each other, they played a drinking game, then they went to the pool. Well, they went to the pool first and then went to the club. Twice. And I was like, yo,
in
by the
30
time
minutes.
we got out of the pool, I'm tired. I can't go out to the club. And they was drunk as shit, high and drunk. They playing kiddie games like Never Have I Ever. I was like, this guy is
a kiddie game. Advantage. I still play that.
Nah, dog. He was taking advantage, dog. He was saying
because they wasn't playing right.
He's like, never have I ever slept with another girl. He knew the answer. He was just testing them.
Because they wasn't trying to drink. You had to get them.
That's nasty. And I feel like that's kind of Diddy-ish. Nasty.
Okay. Well, I'm going to definitely watch Pressure.
Kathy said it's time to end this. I got one last question for y'all, and Kathy, I promise I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, because y'all got me all riled up now, and so now I'm ready to see all of this. All of this that's happening, and I gotta watch it now.
How y'all feel about these Boeing planes? And does it make you not want to travel?
I don't know what's going on, so I can't speak.
Oh, they keep breaking.
Oh, okay.
Like a wheel fell off of one.
Okay.
It was like brake issues. It's a lot of things going on with Boeing aircrafts. And the reason why I say are people afraid to travel because Southwest only has Boeing planes.
Oh, thank you, Miss Toya.
You fly Delta?
Nah, she's a Southwest girl. She's a Southwest girl.
No, Southwestern American.
Delta is my favorite airline, but I definitely be Southwestern.
I can see y'all on Spirit.
Oh heck no!
Listen here. I've been on Spirit. What I don't like about Spirit is they you got to pay for everything a la carte. But I took Spirit to Las Vegas, and I stand by it. If I can get me a $19 flight, I'm gonna go ahead and fly Spirit.
Yo,
I'm gonna
Spirit
do
is
it
not
again.
that person friendly. I feel like they took 3 silver folding chairs and put a little bit of extra cushion on it and just have you sit on those for hours, yo.
I felt like
Maybe I had a good plane or something. Like I ain't have a problem with it. Now I have had a bad experience with Spirit. It just wasn't with their actual flight. I made a mistake and went to the wrong airport, so it was my fault. But my problem with them was when I tried to reschedule because I knew I wasn't going to get to the airport in time. They were like, to change the flight was going to cost more than what I had paid for the flight. And then they canceled they canceled my return flight when I didn't make my my first flight, and they give me my money back. So that's why I don't like Spirit. But I Southwest ain't the happiest flight for me, to be honest. So
I don't like Southwest either.
I just look at Southwest as I know I don't got to worry about paying for my bags. That's it.
I hate the fact. So I mean, I'm a person that really needs to sit by my person. So I hate the fact that it's like a race to find a seat, and if you don't get there first, then you're gonna be stuck in the middle between 2 people you don't know.
Now let me tell you what I love.
Well, one of the things that I do about Southwest is that I wait. I set my alarm like 2 minutes before I'm gonna hit that 24-hour mark, so that when it hit the 24-hour
so you can be
mark,
an A.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I always get A.
I be like, Steve.
My favorite way to travel, even though it's difficult, is with Mimi. Because they let us on first. Now, the only downfall is they let us on first. However, we got to get off last because we have to wait for her wheelchair to come off the bottom of the plane. But we sit in the front, so we got extra leg room. So it works. That I like about it. But other than that, I prefer to fly Delta.
Is it truly being lazy if you call for a wheelchair and have them wheel you around the airport? If you don't need it?
I would say yes.
Yes, if you don't need it.
I would like that to happen.
Like, what type of question is that? Yes, that's lazy.
I mean, I don't.
I mean, we saw it was funny because we saw one on our last cruise. We saw a guy. He was all around the cruise, partying in the casino, everything. And the day that we were getting off the ship, coming back, he was waiting for wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair because he didn't want to walk from. He didn't want to walk like from the ship because the deportation part from New York is very long.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me a wheelchair one of these days. Oh no, I know. I want to get pushed around.
Who gonna push you around?
I think the workers have to push you around.
Yeah, they did.
I would like some luxury in my life.
Oh, okay. All right then. On that note,
good night.
We are going to let you go. The pastor is not here to give a final word, but what I will stand in his place.
Oh, God's great, God's good. Amen.
Save your grace for your food. I will say that y'all ain't got to go to church, but it is Resurrection Sunday, and Good Friday is upon us, the day that our good Lord went and died on the cross for us. If you believe in that type of thing, I don't know what all of you guys out there believe, but as for me, died on the cross, and 3 days later he arose, and we will celebrate that. And I encourage you all to just love on your loved ones as much as you can, because today or the next minute is not promised. I love y'all like play cousins.
Was that encoded when you said 3 days later, just like 3 days on the show? Shut up.
I'm so confused.
Good night.
It took the show we were pressure 3 days to make. And then you said God rose in 3 days.
Because that's goodbye. Good night. Be blessed.
Pressure. I'm putting pressure on.
May the Lord watch between me and thee. Go on. Log out.
Bye.
Right.